Actually, with the 14, you can see the one that's closing in you see one of the ones that are closing in on the horse right now. So you can act.
I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm going to cast a spell. A very nice spell, a spelly spell.
Mm-hmm.
A spell that spells
Luca,
spelly.
casting spells?
Yes.
Where you cast the spells?
Strange.
Where you cast the spells, Luca? So, first round of combat, you cast Shillelagh, but Shillelagh is a typical spell that you usually put onto a club. But Luca, you don't draw a club as you cast the spell, do you? What do you draw?
No, I draw my House Beneath longsword.
Ah, so you draw a longsword as your like a free interaction action. You have a bonus action, you cast Shillelagh, and I imagine you already had your shield out as you were running down here, anyways.
Yes.
So you still have your move and your standard left. What would you like to do, or move in action?
I'm gonna move up to the warg closest to the horse, and I'm going to make an attack.
Okay. You go right ahead and do so. Technically speaking, the warg is too far for you to attack, but you prepare an action so when it moves up, you attack, and this is just going to take place for when that happens.
And now, before you tell me the result, I am going to add my superiority die to make sure I hit him.
Sure, yeah, definitely. It's a D8, I believe.
Let's hope.
Beautiful.
Let's hope.
Oh my god, that's gorgeous. That brings your attack roll from a 9 up to a 14. A 14 is definitely a hit. So all of a sudden you draw a sword, saying some sort of incantation, and the sword starts to, what? Describe it to me.
I would say it glows with that same, like, it's like a green color very quickly, and then the green color again, it fades. But as I swing and hit him, you could see it just like outline, like the blade part that actually hits him outlines with like a green force.
Beautiful. All right, cool. And you do in fact hit him. Do me your damage. And there is certainly a force there. Holy shit! You did 14 points of damage to the guy. Wow, that is almost maximum, I think, for you.
That's real close.
Yeah, so 14 points of damage you hit the guy with. So you hit the warg, and it's starting to think immediately this combat, but it still clearly outnumbers you guys as an advantageous situation. So now it's going to be them attacking. Those are going to be the ones. So they move up, and that was what triggered the attack that you just did there, as we just discussed. And so now he's going to attack back at you, and the other one is going to try to whip around and flank on the other side of you to try to see if they can make quick work of you before they go to the easy targets. So that's what we're going to do first, and make 2 attacks against you, each from the 2 different opponents. So let's attack Luca. My apologies. And that's going to be... bam. Ooh, I love watching dice explode. Because I do a whole bunch of rolls at once, sort of a thing. All right, so your AC, Luca, is an 18. The first one comes rushing at you. The one that comes rushing at you and lunges at you and tries to bite you, but you do that crazy swinging attack and hit the thing on the side of the head, and it actually just barely missed you with a total of a 17 because of the attack you made against it. However, doing that very telling blow against that creature did leave you open from behind, and the other one does come up from behind you, and it does clamp its teeth into you, dealing to you the total of 10 points of damage, which is rather painful. Unfortunately, because you took that 10 points of damage from this thing and the bite that it took into your upper thigh from behind, its teeth only just barely cutting into your flesh, mostly your armor taking the actual like gnawing and crushing of the maw. It does start whipping back and forth with its head in extreme power, trying to, because this is a large-sized creature, throw you to the ground. Strength save. Thank you. That is exactly the number that you needed, and so it almost throws you off of your feet and onto your ass, but luckily you find the might and the footing to stay put, and eventually you're able to pull your leg free from its mouth. After that one goes the next one's turn, and it is going to go lunging and jumping at the companion of yours that we had just discussed. I'm going to attack Reich, but it's not, Starbor, but obviously I'm not actually attacking Starbor. Get over it, Starbor. I just want to make sure you feel involved. Oh my god, I rolled a natural 20.
Ah, jeez.
Oh, okay.
He has a +2 to his AC.
I rolled a natty 20.
I know.
Okay, so he comes rushing forward. The guy's on the ground, keeled over, and ugh. And then he sees the thing coming. He tries to throw his arms up in defense and reach for his sword, but instead he kind of like flops forward, and the thing comes jumping at him and sinks its teeth hard into his arm and his neck and whatnot. Luckily, he's wearing plate mail as well, and it protects most of the teeth again. It does not kill him, but God, it did hurt. He says, whipping and throwing him back and forth as well, trying to get this man to flip over to a more prone position. Oh God. We're all the opposites here. And he does succeed in flipping the man over onto his backside and leaving him exposed for even more attacks in the future. All right, so he was kind of on his knees before and not had advantages. Now he's prone, and so more attacks would be an advantage. That brings us back to you, Luca. What do you do at your turn?
All right, so it's my turn. I'm going to take a swing at the one I've already hurt first. So let's start there.
Okay, that's a hit. It's a beautiful hit.
Yep, and damage.
Jesus Christ, it's another 13? Oh my God! Oh my God, is it 27 damage total? Okay, yeah. So as he comes lunging at you, you smash him in the side of the head before, and kind of throws him to the side. He missed you because of that. But then you take the hit from behind. As soon as you pull your leg free, you kind of like, fuck this, and you wheel back, and then you swing a mighty cleave down, cutting deep into the shoulder of this creature. I mean, is it still alive? Maybe, probably not, but it's certainly not moving very much, lying on the ground, yelping and whimpering in pain. So that thing is lying there. Yep.
Now I'm going to use my action surge.
Yep.
And I'm going to go over to the one that attacked at him.
So you're going to have to move out of this one's range. He gets an attack of opportunity against you if you choose to do that.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go to defend this guy. So I'm going to run over to him. So take your attack of opportunity, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciated. I always love the opportunity to kill people for no reason. Fate is certainly on my side. I actually do successfully hit you. So he lunges out at you and bites at you, dealing to you another 13 points of damage as he lunges at you, seeing his companion go down. Lunges at you, grabs you by the arm as you're trying to get away, and kind of like almost pulls you off your feet immediately with just ripping down at you with your arm, and its teeth sinking in. You can feel the warm blood running down your hand and filling up the inside of your gauntlet that's holding your sword arm. Make me a strength save as this thing starts trying to whip at you even more. Trying to rip your arm out of the socket. Luckily, you not only does it not rip your arm out of the socket, but you're able to kind of like hold back enough, and you start beating it with your shield enough times that you can pull your arm free from it, and can start making your way over towards your companion, nursing that arm a little bit.
However, hold on. Before I do that, just to double check with you, Scott, my soup dice, I can use those multiple times in one turn, just not multiple times per attack, right?
I believe so, yes.
All right, then I'm going to repose this attack on me.
Gorgeous. Awesome.
So let's click me. Oh, I can't even actually...
Hold on, no.
Hit?
This is gorgeous.
Right.
No, that all is right.
Well,
your damage?
It's not using my charged blade.
That's right. Your damage was not the upgraded version.
Yep,
you're going to have to roll me a 1d10 plus 1d4 is what you have to roll.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Oh, man, but you get to add that fucking superiority to your damage roll.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, my God, Luca. Oh, my God. This is going to be a devastating fucking hit if you roll really well. Slash roll 1d10 plus 1d4 plus... Do you know what your modifiers? Oh, your 8 was already...
Plus 2. Oh, no, sorry. Plus... Let's see real quick.
It's a good thing I added that 8 for you on there because...
I was going to say, I think that you should take...
He could take the 8, but he got the 8 anyways, so... Doesn't really matter. It's plus 3. So
plus 3.
18 points of damage. He got it anyways, Ollie. So 18 points of damage is what you do to the thing. So there's things, like I said, ripping at you, pulling at you, and once you get bashing with your shield, once you get your arm free, like I said, you nurse it for a second. You take a couple steps away, and you notice it's going to keep coming back at you, and you just whip back around, and you lunge forward with your sword, piercing into the thing, and you hear a loud yelp as you cut deep into the creature. The two of you lock eyes for a moment. Do me a favor, with disadvantage, roll me an intimidation check. Unfortunately, you guys lock eyes for a second, but you're not. It's not like you can just be like, boom, and it runs off. You know what I mean? But you're able to make your way hobbled over to your companion.
And
You
now
still technically have your bonus action and your regular action.
Yep. So I'm going to action surge to hit this attack this guy with my charge blade. Oh, sorry. I made an Eric.
Good job.
That's what I call mistakes.
Oh!
Come on, give me the 19.
Oh!
You done
Yes!
fucked
Yes! Oh! Oh! And you're trying to hit the guy that was attacking your friend, right? Oh,
Yeah.
man. This is rough. Oh, this is rough stuff, buddy. Oh, this is getting some dangerous territory right here. Ooh.
I am going to oh no, I don't have that anymore, never mind.
Oh, Kieran, are we gonna get revenge? Oh God. Okay. So that was your action surge. That was the whole everything that you just did. You still technically have a bonus action left because you never spent that.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything to do bonus action. Let me just check real quick.
I don't think you do either, which means I get to go.
Hold on. Check yourself. Yeah, I don't think I do.
Luckily, there's no critical fail effects in my games.
Check your-
Otherwise, you'd
check
like
your
stab your friend and die. Oh man. Oh. Wow, Ollie in chat, that was rough. Luca, you suck and your dad always hated you. All right, so you ready, Will? My turn?
Yeah, your turn.
All right, so the guy that's on the ground, he's been attacking the person on the ground. I'm gonna have to make a will save really quickly to see if he would like look up and take the opportunity to attack the one that's more of a danger that swung at him and missed horribly, or if he would just keep going for the easy target there because he's kind of tearing this person apart. Give me 1 second. Oh
Yep.
wait, sorry, I gotta cancel that. I meant to do it with advantage because you rolled a natty 1.
There's no such thing as critical fail, Scott.
No. I got you.
I
But
know.
you rolled 91, so you it's kind of like you
So I
left
get
yourself
penalized.
exposed. Yeah.
okay.
No, nothing crazy. So I make my saving throw. So he is more than happy to continue. He's not afraid of you. He's not worried about you or anything like that. He's actually going to continue eating this guy on the ground. I'm attacking Luca, but it's not actually Luca. You understand?
Yes.
I didn't mean Luca. I meant Stalbar.
Remember, +2 to AC.
God, it doesn't matter. I got a 22 chance to hit. So,
Jesus
and
Christ.
he does to this guy another 14 points of damage. He grabs this person and just starts like, because while he's, because remember I had advantage. Because while he's on the ground, he just starts biting at him, grabs at his leg, kind of tears away a big plate that's there, and then starts getting his nuzzle. And you know how like a dog always wants to cuddle with you under the blankets? They kind of like get their nose underneath one open portion of the blankets and like nuzzle their way and like, yes, I'm gonna make my way into cuddle with you. Well, that's what this warg is doing, except it's about the size of a horse, and he's nuzzling his way underneath armor so he can rip open this guy's side with his teeth. And he's doing so very successfully. What you're seeing in front of you is not a very good display. You're afraid that maybe he's not going to survive even what he's suffered so far, let alone if he were to take another attack. It is now the other guy's turn, the one that's behind you, and he's going to attack you, Luca.
Yes, he is, and he's not gonna crit.
Probably not. The likelihood's pretty slim. Actually, luckily for you, I did not roll very well. You do have a high AC of 18, so he comes lunging at you. But Luca, who was nursing his one arm, knew how dangerous that person was. He didn't have a lot of oomph in his attack, anyways, because of the injury he took. So he comes lunging at you, and Luca, in the nick of time, gets a shield in the way, and he kind of like bashes his snout against the shield, like, "Ow!" And he kind of like hangs back a little bit, but kind of like a growling and crouching low and hanging back just a little bit, still trying to like calculate out the scenario in front of him. It is Luca's turn. Luca, what do you do?
I'm going to make an attack at the one that just missed me, the one that has already been hurt. I believe they're the same.
Sure.
So here's my attack. Let's see what happens.
Really good chance to hit.
I'm going to I'm gonna pop a trip attack on that bad boy with it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll my damage and then add 1d8.
Okay. That's really fucking good damage. You did 18 last time.
And then you also have to make a strength saving throw.
Yep, I know. You add your D8, which is also to damage, right? Okay, with a total of 30 points of damage against this thing, you go sweeping low at its legs, trying to like knock its you more or less try to make it move awkwardly off to the side, so that you can rush forward and shield bash it onto its side and really knock him over and get an advantage on him in the future. Unfortunately, when you swing with your leg, you actually sever two of them, and so when you hit it with your shield, it does flop over, whimpering to the ground and trying to like at an ever slowing rate, kind of like lick at its paws and whatnot that are now missing from its body, and it's like, "Ow, ow," and it's not moving very much anymore. Luca, it's still technically your turn with a bonus. I think you spent a bonus action for that, didn't you? Yeah.
Did I? No, that's not a bonus action.
Oh, it's not.
Is
Okay,
that a
okay, go ahead.
No. I want to turn to the one that's been attacking.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to intimidate him. Is
Okay.
that possible?
Disadvantage because you already took an action this turn. Go.
Sure.
Unfortunately, it wasn't
Damn it,
very.
it's on that 20.
I mean, with you bleeding, like you turn and you like get in the posture that you're in, and you give it a look and kind of like. "Urgh." It's not that you're not intimidating. It's just you're so wounded right now that
Yeah.
you just don't look as intimidating as you otherwise could be. So.
Yeah.
It's now that creature's turn, and he looks around and sees the other two that are dead, and it's looking you over, and it's really trying to calculate out its odds, seeing a full horse there that looks delicious, seeing this guy on the ground that's still kind of moving, and seeing you standing there having the sword out with its two dead companions next to you. It's really calculating out its odds, and then it just starts cursing something in a language that you don't understand, and it's like, revenge, delicious. And starts like growling and backing away. It's using the disengage option to back away, moving itself further and further into what is technically rough terrain. So it would be difficult to pursue it, especially since your speed is 20 feet per round slower than his. So
Right.
you wouldn't really be able to pursue it. So it does actually back away, like kind of like cursing and whatnot. And as it like turns, it then starts like hopping over rocks and doing the best it can to get out of there, that one being uninjured. That leaves you there next to the warhorse, who's like kind of freaking out a little bit, but not enough to have run away, against the guy on the ground that's like bleeding out and not doing well at all. What do you do, Luca?
Immediately, hold on, let me check my inventory real quick.
Of course.
Yeah. So immediately I want to run over to him and check to see if he's alive. If he seems alive, I want to give him a healing potion.
Okay. So you actually have a healing potion on you?
I do.
Is it a Stalboy healing potion or a real one?
No, I have a regular healing potion, and I also have a greater healing potion.
Which one do you want to use?
I'm going to give him the regular healing potion.
Okay.
And then I'm going to drink probably the greater one myself.
Okay.
But I'm not going to drink mine until after he's sorted and such.
No problem. So you go over and give him the healing potion. Do me a favor, because you give him this healing potion. Roll me a medicine check with advantage.
Okay. Advantage, medicine. Luca's good at that.
Actually, I think he's not bad, isn't he? Oh, no, I was actually recently looking at
No,
Thonk.
he's not.
Thonk had a +9 to it when I was looking at it recently.
Jeez.
Okay, so he's also, I think, 3 levels above you, or 2 levels above you. So with a 15, giving him the potion and everything, you actually go over and you feed the potion down his throat, but he's still all sorts of messed up, and you go over and you start checking everything over. You gave him the potion, and that's fine. That could have stabilized him. If it wasn't for the fact that he also had a fucking poison coursing through his now very injured veins, and he had a compromised immune system and compromised constitution because of all these injuries with poison coursing through his veins. Luckily, you going over and making that medicine check immediately after feeding him the potion, you're able to stabilize him enough that he's probably going to survive this endeavor. However, very shortly after you start working on him, he does fall unconscious.
Okay. I want to essentially, would I be able to carry him, or maybe even throw him on the horse?
You can do both of those things, but the horse is a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna throw him onto the horse, and I want to walk the horse back up, being very. I'm gonna make sure that he is okay. Like he's not falling off this thing.
Yeah. No, I imagine you've had to tie quite a few people to horses beforehand. I mean, that's how you get a date, right? And you make your way to back to the castle, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You make your way back to the castle, and when you get to the gates, we're gonna actually cut away from you for a second. Eventually, guys, somebody down, like, Luca was gone for a while, which you expected, because you didn't expect to leave till the morning anyways. Eventually, somebody comes downstairs, maybe one of you or multiple of you are sleeping, doesn't really matter, comes and opens up the gate and looks inside like, hello?
Hello.
Hello?
You are still in here.
Why?
Well,
Yes,
How
we
would
are still in here.
how would we have left?
Luca said you were getting ready to leave, and that you were leaving very shortly, and that he was just going ahead to scout.
You never told
Oh, I
us
would
that.
have loved that to be true.
How long ago did he tell you this?
About 15 minutes ago.
Are our supplies nearby? Would you let us free?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go and speak to superiors about that one, but it just seemed a little fishy how he came to the gate right after.
Yes, it was fishy because either it wasn't really Luca, or it was or Luca's doing something stupid right now, something that we could be stopping him from doing. But no, please go and inform your superiors. I'm sure there'll be plenty of time for that.
Roll me a sorry. That's really a persuasion check. Reich's not really the intimidating type against in this situation, is he?
I'm not trying to intimidate him.
Yeah.
It's like a smart intimidation. It's like
Yeah.
you're doing the wrong thing, mate. You're gonna get reprimanded.
So,
You can get spanking. Oh! Oh!
Let the
Oh!
hobgoblin talk.
Oh, jeez. Good for you. It's even green like your skin used to be before you commissioned new art.
Before, the Michael Jacksoning.
Yeah.
hey man, it's 2017. I can be whatever skin color I want to be.
Oh,
Tell me
jeez.
that.
All right, well, that's gorgeous. Beautiful. I'm loving it. He's like, no, you're right. But she's kind of a loose cannon, and he's freaking everybody out. We'll just let you out.
Thank you.
Styleball just very notably sits back down and opens the spell book. So like a red light just goes up him and he just stares at the guy. Just like
Don't
that.
scare him when he's helping us out, Stallmore.
He
Stop it.
averts eye contact from him. And I imagine that, like, I know she's not going to do this, but I imagine Kieran is pulling very much a, what's her name? Harley Quinn. Like, just kind of like wrapping something along the bars.
Yeah.
Like, taunting him.
Remember
I mean,
that
as soon
guy?
as the guy leaves, Styleball's gonna laugh to Kieran, but like, he's being weird for now.
I'm shaking my head and I say, don't intimidate them when they're helping us.
Oh, they're helping you.
Oh, they're really helping us, right?
He again poignantly ignores them to the best of his ability, but he's like averting his face from their direction, and he's letting Reich out of the cell, and he's like, "Listen, let's just try to find out what's going on with him because I don't know.
Can you release my companions, please?
No."
I'm going to remember you.
Last time she came through here, she tried to blow people up. So
Does he have
shake
keys
my
on?
head.
Did I see him with keys on him?
I look at him and I say,
Ah.
I look at him. I'm gonna try one more piece of persuasion. I say, you already gave him his spell book. He's still in the cell as a courtesy.
he kind of like looks at Stalbor with fear in that situation. Reich, you're gonna have to roll me an intimidation on this one because that
No,
was
that's
a
not good.
threat. That
That's
was
not
a-
good.
Can I assist the guy?
You most certainly can give him an assist. Absolutely. Hold on, Eric, don't roll yet. So you're glaring, and Stalbor is already mean bugging him.
Oh, I have no training in intimidation.
That's
I have
fine.
a
You get advantage from them.
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's do this.
aren't you good at intimidation? Like, but or is that just with goblins?
I'm good at persuasion.
No, I thought you were good at. Oh, that's right. Well, they saved you from the natty one.
Eek.
I
Yeah.
look at him,
Well-
I'm like, you really ought to let them out of the cell.
You.
You.
He's actually more scared of them, and the fact that they're saying that they're more, he's so scared of them and they're mean bugging him, he actually decides even more so that it's a bad idea because of how frightening they are. And so he's like, no.
I,
Well, one moment. I turned
What?
to.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Aaron.
Aaron!
Aaron's gonna kill a poor
Why did it roll
civilian.
damage? Why did it roll damage? I fixed this. It stopped working.
He's
So it
gonna
didn't
roll a poor
happen.
civilian.
It didn't happen.
What are you trying to
Oh,
do
it,
here?
it definitely happened. Like,
Oh, I got
Shooting
sick.
him with a fucking ice knife because she's retarded.
there we go.
Okay, well you hit him, and you did 12 points of damage to him, which kills him.
Oh shit.
Because
oh,
he's
wait,
a comp-
No, I was gonna ask. Can I use a an action point to deal non-lethal damage with a spell? Normally you can't.
Oh, that's a feat,
Stack
isn't
my
it?
action points.
Isn't it technically a feat to be able to do that? But that's the old school feats, which we don't have a
There's no
trillion
feat.
feats now. Yeah.
Right.
Oh fuck. The whole point
I
of
mean-
action. The whole point of action points is to seem heroic and have that kind of like.
Right.
I'm. Oh, this is a big ruling. Oh man, Brunchen's gonna judge me for this one. Oh man.
Hard. Judge him hard.
Oh god. Oh,
Let the
whatever
history
ruling I
books judge
make is
him.
gonna last moving forward. I'm gonna go rule of cool and say yes, which means technically moving forward, that's a yes. However, I am
I like
gonna
this
make you
roll.
re-roll your damage.
That's
What
fine.
about, what about lightning bolt? Is that able to be?
Technically speaking, Eric, what I'll do is this. I'll say it costs 1 action point per spell level.
One action per spell level. Okay, so that's one.
Yeah, 1 for this, exactly. And it's actually slightly less damage, enough to still drop him. So he takes the 1 point of piercing damage if something does in fact stab into him, and then kind of freeze up around his body, and just kind of encases him and gives him effectively frostbite, enough to enough to like knock him down and make his his inside shut down enough that he falls down. He's probably gonna have permanent scarring or whatever from it, and maybe his nipples would freeze off. But at least he's not dead.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
You've
kill.
been just hanging out with Dean too often.
Yeah.
I just. My hands just like.
What
go
the
up.
Like, Salmon jumps up, drops the
Kieran.
book.
What are you doing?
I solved the problem. Put him in the cell. Let's go. Come on,
Why would I let you out?
dude.
You are a
I
rogue
said-
element that since you have arrived here has been nothing but a hindrance.
I solved the problem. I don't know what you're talking about.
You haven't solved the problem.
You
You've
have
created the
created a
problem
bigger
for a
one.
future time.
Yeah, but not right now. Now we can figure out what's
Now
happening
we
to Luca.
don't realize Reek isn't gonna let us out.
Hey, no,
Why is Luca
I pick up the key and I say,
Ugh.
of course I'm going to let you out. And I look at you and I say, do you not realize that when we leave without the guard, they're going to become instantly suspicious, and there is a gate that is standing between us and freedom, true freedom.
Also,
you have
he's fine.
caused-
Look at him. He's good.
doesn't matter. You attacked him. You have given them every reason to mistrust us now. Before we were here as as more guests than prisoners.
Oh
Now we will be
bullshit! We've been in a fucking cell for 20 days.
20 long days.
You have not been in prison before. This.
Ha!
was-
You don't know
this
my
was
fucking
guest
life.
house. I put the key in the lock. I put the key in the lock, and I look at her and I say, "You will be the death of us. Mark my words." And I unlock the gate.
Don't worry, Reich. Death is not a binary state.
Oh.
No, it's just
I will move the guard into the cell.
I say, "Death will be a binary state for me."
I actually
Yes.
like just like walk out. I walk outside and I'm like,
I'm gonna be reborn as a kraken, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
even if it's the moonlight is too much for Stalmore.
Okay.
And I look and I say, "So what's the plan now?"
we find Luca.
Find Luca. Man.
Okay, did you not just hear what I said? There's a gate between us and them, and you have just knocked out the guard that
Really?
was supposed
Hey,
to come
how-
in.
Right, why don't you?
Yeah, I guess. You didn't even know we were still down here. He was checking.
Look, Luca understands the humans and what they do, so we'll find Luca and he'll solve the problem for us. You are too much, Mike.
You not remember the part where he said Luca has left the building?
We'll find him.
Oh yeah.
Just, you're not listening to me. There's a gate. You remember the big gate? You remember the fact that we had to get arrested to come in here because there was a big gate?
Yeah,
I remember who was responsible for that brilliant idea as well.
Yes. Now, that big gate is still in our way, but on the opposite end. And this time, they have a reason to attack us. So,
they have a reason to attack us.
this is why I'm asking,
He
because...
didn't even know we were down here still. He thought we had already left. So we
Okay.
just walked out.
Okay, yeah,
It's
just walk out.
really nice. Maybe we can convince them that he just, you know,
Just walk
it's
out.
really cold. Oh.
Let's do that. Let's do this. I've lived long and prosperous life.
So as you guys finish locking the prisoner inside that cell, closing the gate, kerclank, and preparing to leave the actual chamber to go either A, leave the facility, or B, get your belongings before you leave the facility. Why don't we cut to our first break, and we'll pick up with that when we get back in just a couple of minutes.
Fucking Kieran. I'm not mad at Aaron, but Kieran.
But Kieran, I'm gonna call you Aaron from now on when you do something stupid.
No, it's just if you ever do anything in an RPG
Yeah,
that's like
I'm
completely
sorry.
reckless and like that's a Kieran. That is a Kieran move you've just done.
Oh, it's now a verb.
You called me messing up an Eric. That is Aaron.
This is beautiful. All right,
Really Aaroned up the joint.
we'll see you guys very shortly. See you guys
The
very
kills Odette.
That's